Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin Horsepower channel. We got some good news, we got some bad news, we got some killer news, and we got some crap news. But hey, it's all about the journey. I'm being as upbeat as I can, but honestly, I wish we were in different circumstances right now, but we did everything we could. So guys, May 19th, 2 months and 4 days ago, we started a pretty cool build right here on this lift outside underneath my the hillbilly rope lights, just doing the deal, right? The guys over here at Flying Hammer in North Carolina offered us to come in here and
make use of some of their space and use their equipment.
Yeah,
made a lot of their stuff in the shop available to us, which has been just absolutely awesome.
Made the open door policy.
Yeah.
And we can't thank Clark, Tom, Ben, Sleepy, those guys enough for letting us come into here and put this car together. We are we'll get to it a little bit but in a second, but guys, it's pretty freaking bad. So we'll just say we walk into there and probably see the best creation as of yet. Okay,
Sure.
All right, go do it. We'll go in here, guys. So guys, about a week and a half ago, we brought this car inside the shop. The owner got his truck done, and we started the coolest creation, our coolest creation yet. And yeah, we're gonna walk through these doors, and I guess let's see what Lady Gangster has to say. Well, guys, before we go and see what Lady Gangster has to say, here's a little history lesson. Here's the stretchy truck. This thing was pretty cool. It wasn't my first build. My first build was a little twin turbo S10 I built in high school, but the stretchy truck, twin turbo mid-engine S10, seen it on Hot Rod Magazine, 1320, so on and so forth. It was a cool ride. Then the Dirty 30. This car was a riot. Seen itself all over the place, street-driven, wheelie machine, hell of a ride. Then we got the Homegrown Hustler. We built the Homegrown Hustler after we lost the Dirty 30 in the fire. Now, this car wasn't the prettiest thing, but man, it ran pretty good. And it got us to 7 finals in the 5 months we had this car. Unfortunately, this car has seen a pretty sad demise when we got hit back in November of last year, just a week before Thanksgiving. This car was on its way to doing some damage, and we can only hope that the new project does the same. But getting back to it, guys, let's go and see what Lady Gangster has going on. Babe?
Yeah?
Do you think we should show them our best creation yet?
You think so? You think they're ready for it?
I don't know if they're ready for it. Are you guys ready for it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Guys, that's probably the best creation right there. Yes, you guys have been asking about it. Maddy's pregnant, and yes, she's been busting ass like she has, and I've been busting ass like I have, ridiculously, for 2 months and 4 days now since the start of this build.
Yeah.
And yeah, 5 months now.
Yeah, just about my 5 month period. I'm doing December, so.
Yeah. So we're trying to get in. So that's another.
It's another obstacle in life that we're like adjusting to.
And man, we really wanted to make it this weekend. I firmly believe we have a car back here that has all the potential to go out there and do some killer stuff. But we'll get to talking to that in just a second, guys. I'm gonna flip this camera around and we're gonna sit down and do a little bit of talking. So guys, today is the start of the race. And we're not gonna make it, and it freaking sucks.
We basically have a lot of 98% of the car done. Some stuff that we simply don't have the resources or equipment to do work of our own, we had to outsource. And it's hard when there's uncontrollable, unforeseen circumstances that come up and put a delay in getting those parts back. We did what we could to adapt and overcome, to figure out a different solution, to...
We did it. We went to some extremes the last couple of days to try to make something happen. And I wish I got the news a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. So I got to thank Clyde Ledbetter. He's a fellow competitor that's about 3 hours away from here, 2.5 hours away from here. And Thursday night, he was like, hey, I got a motor you could toss in this thing. So we shot down there, and or not we, Maddy and Kenny shot down there to go pick up this motor. They got back. I was kept on continue working on the car.
Nick wanted to make the drive, and I was like, I can't work here and get anything done. Like, I might as well be the one that goes down and picks up the motor. So that was one of the critical missing pieces that we had.
Yeah.
And we really, really, really appreciate Clyde offering us to be able to borrow this motor to try and make it to the race. Like, this race was huge for us. The first one that we wanted to take this car to, it's a big race. There's a lot of cars that show up to it. It's a good event. We've been to them in the past.
We won the second chance race there with the
last year.
Literally a year ago today. Well, a year ago this week.
Yeah.
We made the first street hit / backside hit in the Homegrown Hustler. Yeah. And we literally didn't go over 200 feet. And then we go out there and we race one of the best out there in Kennegoin. And we lose by less than a half a car. And everyone thought we were going to get our teeth kicked in. And we lost by like a half a car. After that, I was like, this car wants some, like, we could step this up like a lot. And we picked it up a crap ton. And we went through and we won the second chance race. That was a pretty decent payout. And it was actually double the payout of what tomorrow's second chance race is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So we battled through another 5 rounds or something like that.
Yeah. There was
we went through. I
want
to say we went through 5 rounds in the second chance race, and the car just took everything I gave it, and it probably wanted a whole lot more, but I just didn't want to ruin a good thing, so I was like, you know what, like, we got a hot rod right now. Let's just let it do its thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes risk versus reward, it wasn't worth going any faster. But yeah, so we went out there and I don't want to say we walked through the second chance field. White trash, car white trash. In the finals, gave us a run. I had something screwed up there, and the car was
not as efficient.
Yeah,
as
it was
earlier in the night.
It was a 1/10.5 slow in the 60 flip, which is a lot. But the car did what it did, and we went and put probably about a car length on them in the finish line, about a car length, and yeah, we were pretty excited to debut this car here. So about 2 weeks ago, things weren't looking great. They weren't looking bad, but they weren't looking great. A few weeks ago, so we kind of told the family not to come down. They were going to come down for a gender reveal, and the car's first burnout, we were going to do a gender reveal deal. Roll the car out of here, do a gender reveal, and so on and so forth. And then some friends and some family that were able to make the trip were going to come down and
be here with us.
Be here for the debut of the car. As some of you know, I went through my 2 last cars, the Dirty 30 and the
Homegrown Hustler.
Dirty 30 and the Homegrown Hustler. We lost in 2 pretty severe wrecks, and it was going to be pretty cool to have the family down here for the debut of the new car, and that freaking sucks. So it just sucks. It does. So yeah.
What's our plan for next week?
Hopefully we're going to get a motor together for this thing.
There's some other stuff. Once the motor is sitting in there complete, there's some other stuff that has to be
changed back.
Yeah.
And we got changed back to try to fit my personal motor back in this thing once it's complete. So it just is what it is. It freaking sucks beyond words. There was me and Maddy busted butt for 2 months solid. We got to thank Race Cars and Snacks, Caden, that was over for a good portion of the build helping out. Tom from here at Flying Hammer dedicated the last week helping out tremendously, doing some things, helping bring this car, the finishing touches to this car, like, to the next level. And guys, this thing's killer.
He's a good resource too to bounce ideas, like for you to bounce ideas off of. Like,
this car is like on another level. And they got a lot of awesome equipment here at the shop, stuff that I've never had access to before. And Tom is just one of the most talented people I've met doing this stuff. So it just is what it is. I got to thank Tom just a ridiculous amount. He really pushed to help get this car to the next level, to a level that the level that we need to be. Just over a year ago, this stuff became more than a hobby to us, and it's what we do for a living, I guess you can say. So, although we're not making a good living doing it, we don't make any living when we're not at the racetrack. So it just is what it is, and that hurts, especially with the other circumstances, you know, with a kid on the way and stuff like that. We only have freaking it's end of July, so we got August, September, October. We got 3-4 months of racing with this car until a lot of things change, and we got to make the most out of every big race that we can make it to. This car, I'll put it out there, like the Homegrown Hustler. I'm not going to say exactly how fast it went, but I'll say how quick it went. We went on 509, and we went enough mile an hour to go mid-4s with that car, literally rolling it off the chassis, basically like the way this car is set up right now. So I believe with a couple hits on this car, we could have been competitive this weekend, and that freaking sucks, especially like it's not our first rodeo. I have tune-ups, I have this, I have that. Like the car is set up to like what I feel like it needs to be, and to go out there and be competitive. And there's literally $100,000 on the line this weekend, and that means if you split at 4 cars because of something, rain or time or this or that, that's $25,000. Like that's a lot of freaking money, like a lot. And then if you split at 8 cars, it's still 12 grand. Like holy crap! Like that's a lot of money to us, like a lot. So it freaking sucks. Next weekend, if we can get a motor together or figure out a solution, the plan is to go to the Builders Brawl in St. Louis, Missouri. I really wanted to have 10 hits on this car before we went out there, but it's a pretty, I don't know if I want to say prestigious, but it's a pretty honorable. I don't even want to say honorable. That's like that's like someone being a veteran or something like that. But it's a pretty
You have to have, for those of you who don't know anything about the Builders Brawl, you have to have
built your freaking car.
What is it, like your motor, or fabricated your chassis, or like you have to have really
like legit been a builder. Like you didn't go to
you didn't
go buy a chassis. You didn't go buy like you didn't go buy a kit. You didn't go buy a roller. You didn't do this. You didn't go that. You built your damn car. And if you guys seen the YouTube videos, the whole build series on this car, we got another probably 3, 4, 5 videos that need to come out that are going to be coming out with this build. But
towards the end, we weren't focused on recording as much because we just wanted to get the car done.
We hit those roadblocks, and we tried everything we could to try to overcome the roadblocks.
10 hours the one day driving to like get what we needed so that we could try and get to the race. So I don't know, I'm not like saying I regret doing that or anything like that, but it's like
someone said, guys, the juice is going to be worth the squeeze. I asked them,
what kind of juice is it?
No, hypothetically speaking, how long do you have to squeeze before the juice comes out? Because I feel like I'm squeezing a freaking tree waiting for the maple syrup to come out. Like
squeezing a rock.
Squeezing a rock, waiting for it to like. Ugh. But yeah, it's been. This is what we do. We don't have any major sponsors or nothing like that. But like, this car is going to be like. This car is going. We're not showing you the whole video, guys. We're not showing you the whole car right now, but it's freaking killer. When we like literally do a walk around video of this car and show you all the cool stuff that's on this car, it's freaking cool. The turbo plumbing's not on it; it's made. All that stuff's like done already. But unfortunately, this motor is a 9.8 deck big block Chevy motor, so the intake plumbing doesn't fit. The turbo plumbing doesn't all fit. Like a lot of stuff just doesn't fit. Just I didn't find that out until 2 o'clock this morning. Friggin' 14 hours before we had to leave.
Yeah.
And 2 o'clock in the morning, there's not too many phone calls you can make to try to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is. I'm pretty proud of this car. I'm exceptionally proud of, you know, Lady Gangster and Snacks. Those guys stepped up. They learned a lot in the last couple of months during this build. And we literally did probably a year's build, damn near a year's build in like 2 months. And it's like, I don't run marathons, but it's like making it like, how long is a marathon? 26 miles?
You said something like this to me the other day.
I think it's 26 miles. So it's like running 25.8 miles, and your shoe coming untied and you tripping, and like literally, not even your shoe untied, like a friggin' spectator shooting you with a potato gun or something like that. Like what the hell? Like there's something that's just completely out of your control, and that sucks. Because guys, this car is absolutely freaking. This is killer.
Yeah.
It's on par with the Dirty 30 as far as the cool factor goes. It's not a 4-door, but
we have a 4-door.
We have a 4-door that we want to toss an LS in if we could get our hands on a LS. Yeah.
In a car seat.
We could toss a car seat in the back of that thing, and Sexy Rexy could go for his ride.
Yeah.
But guys, I firmly believe with a little bit of testing, we could swing with this car, and it's our only option to keep this journey going. We appreciate everyone that likes and subscribes to the channel and follows along with us.
Buys merchandise off the website, supports us by buying merchandise at the track. There's a couple people that have ordered online, and while we were trying to get the car done, I hadn't shipped anything out yet, but
yeah, if you ordered something in the last week, it didn't get shipped out yet. I'm sorry, it's just
yeah. And then we're going to be at Dig or Die tomorrow, which is going to be today when you guys see this video on Saturday. We're going to be there spectating and hanging out with some friends and stuff like that. So when we get back Sunday in the morning, I'll get stuff shipped out off from the orders on the website. So but we really appreciate it. There's so many people like that come and lend a hand on the car, or Kenny gave us some lights that are going to be going on the car, like little things like that. Every last bit of it is greatly appreciated. Like it helps us tremendously because it's.
I gotta thank like Sammy Boost is my friend for coming over and knocking out the brakes for me. That was just like a big task, not a big task, but it was a task that like I didn't have to worry about. And
yeah.
I gotta thank Tom for like helping out on so much of the tin work and stuff like that, and just like a bunch of little odds and ends that he knocked out that were just like a huge help.
Yeah.
Just finishing touches on the car. It's just, damn, like this car's gonna be freaking cool. Like,
yeah,
there's not many.
It's gonna be awesome to see it at the track.
For the amount of money that we have into this car is absolutely freaking killer. Yeah. Just like it is, like you either got time or money, and I know we did this build in 2 months, but like literally it was for the last 2 weeks. This car has been worked on literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 2 weeks. Like literally nonstop, someone was working on it. Whether I was sleeping for my 2-3 hour naps a day, either Tom was working on it, or Maddy was working on it, or I was working on it literally around the clock. Like, not to say it this way, but like Maddy's pregnant, and like we didn't go to bed together for 2 weeks. Like we didn't.
It's probably been longer than that, honestly.
It's been at least 2 weeks that we didn't we didn't even go to bed and like sleep next to each other together because like someone was working on the car, and the chassis is done. Like it's in there. Like
the wiring's good.
Yeah.
Other than these 3 V-bolt clamps or whatever that have to be hooked up, like
it's freaking
all the plumbing, all the like everything.
It's like we called it like 12 hours before we were supposed to leave, and it's just like we can't get an intake, like, let's just spend some time cleaning up the shop and stuff like that, because like the shop's been a mess the last week and a half, and this is their place of business. So we gotta thank those guys again enough. Flying Hammer, they do a lot of custom fabrication and stuff like that. Here they do a lot of stuff for semi trucks, like custom bumpers and mirror brackets and
battery boxes
and stuff for like show trucks and whatever. And they do a lot of other stuff. And there's they need to do some more race car stuff, but get away from the monotonous of the monotony rather of the big truck stuff. But Tom, he's the guy's an extremely talented guy. And me, Maddy, and Snacks knocked out the chassis in this car pretty quickly. We basically, it's been an 8-week build, and we were in New York for 1 week. 1 week, basically. We were out of town for 7 days total between New York and what's called during this build. So
yeah,
this is what we came up with in 7 weeks. And guys, it's free. It's cool. So
I gotta add in, just because I know somebody's gonna say something, and they're probably not even gonna watch this part of the video, but that's alright. So with me being pregnant, that's part of the reason why we haven't been working on my wagon. It's not something that I'm going to be able to enjoy right away. I also don't have parts. Like, everything that Nick pretty much needed, he had, or needed a lot less than what I need for my wagon.
We literally put this car together. Not much out of box. Like,
yeah, because it was stuff that you had already had from
it was all stuff
the other car, or
it was almost everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff on here that I wish wasn't on here. Like, I promise you that. There's like the used headers and like some of the used I reused. Like, if you watch YouTube videos, we reused. I welded up the headers.
Flanges,
like I didn't have time or money to buy a header kit, so like I rebuilt the header kit. Reused a charge pipe and then like the intake's been through the fire and this and that and everything else, and like
cutting flanges off of old stuff to reuse those, and
reusing bungs, reusing this and that. Nothing that's gonna fail us, but
the wing is considered used. The is this 4-bar?
Yeah, the four-link setups.
That's all.
It's all
the
used.
Axle. Like, everything is he already had. So I know that
the
like
rear end, the front axle, and that's another reason why we went looking for one of these bodies. Is because I had everything to build another 33 Dodge, and this car, I don't know if we're going to call it the Natural Born Hustler. That's what we've been calling it. I think it's also fitting of the name Straight Gangster, but I don't know. Guys, when this thing's on the ground and you see it, it is freaking killer. Absolutely freaking killer. And second best creation, possibly. It might top the Dirty 30. That car, so the stretchy truck was cool. The Dirty 30 was just freaking like...
They're different, like...
They're totally different realms.
Yeah.
But
they're not like apples to apples.
As far as the evolution of my racing the last 9 years, 10 years, man, we've came a long way, and this car is just freaking... I have high hopes for this car. And it should do the deal. It's just a matter of time. I also got to thank Eric Yost, Customs by Biggin. Maddy ran over there probably like, what, 5-10 times during this build? Probably at least 10 times. There's times she was going over there every other day to get some miscellaneous parts or something from him.
Yeah.
And Eric, if you see this video, he's probably just as busy as me and probably doesn't watch YouTube videos, but Customs by Biggin, man, I greatly appreciate it. That guy, if there's one person I really idolize in this sport, it's probably Eric. He's such a humble guy, an extremely talented guy, and from the outside looking in, he's got it going on in so many different aspects of life, and he's just a good old boy, and I like that guy. I've known him for about 10 years now, probably, and that's one guy that I've known for a long time, and he's never changed, and I don't think that guy's ever going to change. And like, you gotta like people like that. So, everyone that supports this journey, in any way, shape, or form. Man, it's been a tough road the last couple of years, like tough. And the Homegrown Hustler, basically due to a lack of funds, we went to 7 finals and we lost like 3 or 4 of those due to parts failure. And we were coming out with a car that was completely fresh. Like, don't get me wrong, like not everything's new on this car, but like
it's been
everything's been gone through.
Yeah.
Like, everything. And I know it's a 2-month build, but I promise you there's nothing on the car that's been rushed. It's just been worked on like 24 hours a day for the last like 3 weeks probably. Like literally 24 hours a day. And I literally feel like we could have gone out there. If we had 5 hits on this car, I firmly believe we could go out there and be probably a top 10 car racing for $100,000. And I feel that in my heart. And this video is going to go out before we get to prove that. But
we'll be out racing.
If we have no mechanical failures, no parts failures, this sucker's gonna come around pretty quick, I believe. So we haven't weighed it. I haven't scaled it yet. That's the last thing I do before we take it to the track. So how much fuel's in it and everything else like that. So there's some more videos coming up. Everyone that likes and subscribes to the channel, guys, you mean a lot to us. This YouTube stuff has potential to help subsidize the racing, and we try to put out quality content. But guys, this stuff's real. This sport gets almost everything we got in ourselves, and it's been a hell of a climb. But
that's all we got for tonight, though. For today. If you see us out at the tracks or at Dig or Die or whatever tomorrow, say hi, introduce yourself.
Yeah, please introduce yourself. If you're on the YouTube and stuff like that and follow along, you know, tell us what your YouTube name is or whatever like that, and then tell us your real name too. I'm not saying I'll remember it for the next time because we know we've met a lot of people and we've met a lot of great people in the sport. And
I'm better with faces.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it is.
Like this one?
Yeah.
I can't even believe I smiled just then.
So precious.
It's so hard to smile right now. So guys, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost a thing.
We'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.
Yeah.
You go cut it.
Yeah.